Attach to them, think about them, take them with you, and let them live on in your memory. Or, in other words, don't forget.
Wow, what a shitty video. 14 hours to say Gaster made Deltarune. Massive insights. As long as it's not Oblivion Theory. That shit is just a Deltarune sequel theory. I am Kandata. I've been in the JRPG fandom since fucking Wizardry, so I know more about it than you do. Everyone is wrong about Undertale and Deltarune, but that's for another time. What is this crack theory I'm telling you about today? Oh yes. Something that Toby believed to be similar to Deltarune. Let's do some review for the uninformed, since I forgot some of you aren't familiar with Fringe, Deltarune, and Undertale lore. Simply dreadful. You aren't a real fan unless you are within our lore pit of suffering. Around early 2014, Toby blesses us with a tweet saying something along the lines of, "Hey, someone stole my idea for Deltarune, and I'm calling dibs before it comes out." He used two, all caps very, so the games might as well be brothers. However, since Deltarune is not out, and we do not know exactly what game he is referring to in this in this 10-year-old tweet, what the fuck, Deltarune is never coming out. A lot of people rightly think the game in question is Omori. There's a lot of evidence to support this claim. If I was boring, I'd agree. Let's do a quick analysis of both games and compare them to grasp the common consensus about these ideas. In Deltarune, you play as a younger brother with an absent sibling who must confront the world in the siblingless state, for better or for worse. Constantly overshadowed by your brother, the town only knows you an extension of them, and each interaction becomes a point to make yourself distinct from them. You journey to a fictional world in order to deal with the emotional issues your life has brought you, and ultimately come out the other side changed. Again, for better or for worse. In Omori, you play as a younger brother with an absent sibling who must confront the world in this siblingless state, for again, better or for worse. Constantly overshadowed by your sister, the town only knows you as an extension of them, and each interaction becomes a point to make yourself distinct from them. You journey to a fictional world in order to deal with the emotional issues your life has brought you, and ultimately come out the other side changed, again, for better or worse. Pretty simple stuff, right? I mean, hell, Toby even made a track for this game. It sucks, but it's the thought that counts. Also, what is Deltarune even about anyway? It is not finished, but we can make some pretty good guesses. The core theme of Deltarune will not be about hope. It will not be a journey where you come to terms with the fact that some things in your life are out of your control. It will not be a dissection of the adventure trope that seeks to fulfill the, it's not about the destination, it's about the journey. It will not be about using what you can and making the most of the wonder of the world around you, and seeking a tomorrow that's better for everyone, and how fiction can be used like a vehicle for growth as a sort of intervention, teaching them things about themselves to become better people. It definitely will not be about that. The true theme of Deltarune is not hope, but dreams. The idea that reality as we know it exists on a gradient we can only feel a small slice of. The Truman Show. The allegory of the cave. The Matrix. Deltarune, however, will seek to make the dreams that we see here approach a realer state of being. At the end of the movie, The Truman Show, Truman exits the show, only in horror, to find that he is still within, not a show, but a movie. From our point of view. Neo wakes up from the simulation, but he is still within a movie ultimately. Indeed, we as the viewer in a twisted perspective force Truman and Neo, and in this case, even the characters of Undertale and Deltarune, to remain in their false world. Even though he steps out of the show, Truman himself still remains a character in a movie, never to reach the real world he deserves. And even if Truman did experience the real world as we know it, is it even possible to go on knowing you're a weird Jim Carrey clone that's a derivative from a piece of entertainment? Deltarune is about this. The main character, Chris, seeks to become something else, to escape what he thinks is Chris. Everywhere she looks, they are an outsider trapped in a human body. This is why we receive such strange dialogue when interacting with the mirror, the sink, and Azrael's door, respectively. Chris somehow is more perceptive than he is supposed to be. Furthermore, is Chris even human? Can humans rip out their souls? Can humans move around without their souls? do humans even have souls? We cannot say. We only know that Chris is something else and wishes for change. In Amori, these themes of identity have a more introspective focus, dealing with changing oneself to escape guilt, shame, and pain. Deltarune focuses much more on extrospection, understanding the dark world, understanding the relationship between Chris and the soul, and the mysterious forces at work behind the scenes that seem to influence our protagonist, be it us or something else. However, you do not have the divine foresight that I now possess. I am here to bring you revelation. There is another game that Toby made a track for. This game is the same game that Toby believed would be very, very similar to Deltarune. This game is not Amori. It's Yik, a postmodern RPG. Despair, rejoice. These dreams are beyond us. It is not that Toby will never release the game. It's actually the opposite. The world cannot handle the release of a completed Deltarune, so it's choosing to end itself before that reality reaches fruition. Today, I will share my revelation with you. In Yik, a postmodern RPG, you play as Alex Yik, English college major and record enjoyer. You travel through the world and pass between the real and the mysterious soul space, seeking to find the missing Sammy Park, who's taken by interdimensional beings known as soul survivors. Along the way, you meet various friends who help you to unravel the mystery of the who and the why of our story with Yik. However, the similarities between the games really begin to shine once we see the major themes of the game. It's revealed that the reason everything is falling apart at the seams for Alex Yik is because of Y2K, the belief that computers will cease to function as clocks roll from 1999 to 2000. This coincides with alternate reality versions of Alex Yik joining up and deleting realities altogether as a roving kill squad, because turns out Alex Yik is not a good person. This will coincide with the central message of Deltarune, how fiction and dreams will always spill out of control and end up destroying everything we love, how these ideas of dark worlds, escapism, and alternate realities shall destroy the world, the roaring, the Y2K apocalypse. This is what the ending of Deltarune will be about. It'll be about the one we know as Chris, taking the reins of the story into their own hands, and ending it only on terms the one we call Chris can understand. Toby would have a front row seat to the development of Yik. Being next to Act Studios and composing a song, it is not unlikely that discussion of the respective games came up, with Act revealing the potential end of the game. Toby would realize that his game Deltarune has a very similar story about reality warping and coming apart towards the later parts of the game, all because of a wayward main character. Since a wayward main character is not something unfounded, many other works that inspire Toby have done the same thing, and even Chris tips the scales closer towards the roaring. This is not unlike what Alex does, forcing the story towards its demise, all at his behest. Alex and Chris, they have a lot in common. Can't you see it? Toby was obviously threatened by Yik. Once he saw the vastly superior ending in Yik, his little dream game come under fire. He knows it's better. Yik is better than Undertale and Deltarune. I bet he even started that controversy. Yeah, it's his fault. Yik sucked before the update. I can prove it. Just you wait. Look, I'll get the direct messages. I bet Toby pulled his song because he knew Yik would outclass his game. Because Deltarune is never coming out. It can't come out. It can't change.
If we shadows have offended, think but this, and all is mended. that you have but slumbered here while these visions did appear. And this weak and idle theme, no more yielding, but a dream. Gentles, do not reprehend. If you pardon, we will mend. And as I am an honest chuck, if we have a nerd luck, now to scrape the serpent's tongue, we will make amends ere long, else the chuck a liar call. So good night until you all. Give me your hands if we be friends, and Timer shall restore amends.